Yep, don't click add to cart until you check out our new deals page at both WagerTalk and Sports Memo, where you can find all the latest offers, promotions, and coupons available all in one place. These deals are updated daily and can be found by clicking deals in the nav at WagerTalk or Sports Memo, going to wt.buzz/deals, or scanning the QR code on your screen.
Welcome into First Pitch, MLB betting show here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. I am Drew Martin, today joined by Teddy Covers and Brian Leonard, breaking down the Thursday, May 26th card. We got 3 games on the slate, best bets at the end, going around the horn here. A happy Thursday morning to you, Teddy. Red hot 5% off of a winner last night. 41-14 on the big plays, man. Those big ticket plays, money makers. Know you're feeling good. Welcome into the show, buddy.
Yeah, great to be here, Drew. But, the NBA has been great. The 5% have been great. I did lose my MLB play yesterday. So, that doesn't make me happy at all. I was even going to bounce back strong today. I'm in action with NBA and a couple of MLB for Thursday. You can get a 3-pack right now over at WagerTalk and our sportsmemo.com.
Sure. Transparency is key. And always got to get better some form, some fashion. But Teddy is 55% plus near 40% ROI since May of 2021. So grinding out the profits on the diamond. We'll get his analysis here on the 3 games and his best bet. And we got Brian Leonard, guys, for the last 5 MLB seasons, profitable on the diamond. And he's the #1 NHL handicapper. Of course, we're in hockey playoffs right now, and he's #1 in profits the last 2 years. So knows his hockey, knows his baseball. Happy Thursday morning to you, Brian.
Yeah, good morning to you. It's nice to be able to do a show with Teddy where we have the prez interrupting our conversation. So looking forward to a full half an hour here of baseball talk.
Absolutely. Let's get into it, guys. A little handicapping session here. AL East, #1 versus #2. We get the Yankees, Teddy, playing 700 ball. We're near the month of June, and they're over the 700 win percentage mark. Part of the reason why, Nestor Cortes, the Hialeah kid, he's pitching well from the left side, and the Yankees commanding a -120, -$1.25, depending where you're shopping here, up against Yarborough, also a southpaw, 7 in the hook. The total, what are you liking here in Trop tonight?
So we got 3 games that we're going to talk about on today's show before our best bets at the end. 2 of the 3 games I have an opinion on. This one I have absolutely no opinion. I went back and looked, Drew. I played 1 Yankee game all year, literally 1. They're a very hard team for me to get involved with because they are as good, as you mentioned, as their record would indicate. There's no easy bargains fading the Yankees. They're an elite team. And yet the price is right. There's no bargains to back the Yankees either. Even with all of their success this season, what are they up? 6 units for their backers from day one. At the end of the year, if you play the Yankees every game, you're not going to make a whole lot of money. I'll tell you that right now. They're priced in this range, game in, game out. So it's a pick-em game in my mind. I don't see any edges on the total. I don't see any edges on the side. My analysis for this one's going to be short. I got no opinion. Best of luck if you want to bet it.
No, good points there, Teddy. And Brian, coming to you next, man. Teddy brings up the point, MLB isn't always about wins and losses. It's what price you're buying these teams at. And he makes a good point in terms of the Yankees, we're having to pay a tax on them. I mean, they're the #2 hitting team, #2 against lefties as well. They're up against the lefty, but sure enough, they're paying a price here. And actually, Yarborough's numbers against the Yanks, Brian, doing some research here, near 100 plate appearances, and he's held them under a 700 OPS in terms of OPS against. So he's kind of had their number a little bit here. You think the Rays, of course, the Rays at home in the Trop, that lighting, I always look to bet on them here in Tampa. I don't know, though. The Yankees are banged up, Brian. Last point here before I throw it over to you. Yesterday, Ariel Epstein brought that up in terms of their bullpen, some of the guys, some key hitters out of this lineup. So maybe that Yankee tax is something to go against on the Rays. However, the Yankees are the best team in baseball. What do you feel here in Tampa tonight, Brian?
Yeah, I got a rare opportunity to play the Yankees yesterday, and they threw a shutout. The line was reasonable, and you don't find too many times this year that the Yankees line has been reasonable. I think one of the reasons why Yarborough has performed well against the Yankees is he keeps them off balance. If you take a look at the StatCast numbers, his exit velocity is excellent at 85.7, hard hit percentage of 34. The Yankees got the big boppers, And the way you stop the big boppers is you throw them a lot of off-speed stuff and keeps them off balance. And so that's something that you got to take advantage of here with the Yarborough. So as a matter of fact, you mentioned the lefties. 22 pitchers going today, starting pitchers, 12 of them being lefties. 12 lefties, 10 righties. You don't see that very often. I did want to point out, when I take a look at the Fangraphs numbers for the WRC Plus, teams actually hit better against lefties than they do against righties. Your medium number this year against lefties is roughly 102. If you take righties, the median is about 100. So even though there hasn't been a lot of hitting this year, it's actually most of the batters in Major League Baseball are righties, so they tend to do a little bit better against lefties. So that's one of the first things I look at. Is if there's a lot of lefties on the card, maybe playing the Grand Salami over, something to that effect. We see today, and in fact, this first game's gotten off to a high score in the early innings in the rain in Cincinnati, so we'll see how that goes. But the Yankees right now missing some of their key components. You don't expect them to do much here. Tampa Bay has always been one of those teams that mixes and matches. So you rarely have some guys. I guess Wander Franco is probably one of those every day, or Rosarina. So they're used to going deep on the bench. The Yankees not so much. So I think I get a little bit of an advantage here for Tampa Bay, but like Teddy, not enough for me to have a play on this game.
Yeah, I'm back here, guys. Sorry about that. But we do have the next game up. Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals. Brian, coming to you first here. We got 7 in the hook as the total. -120 is the Cardinals at home. Wainwright versus Lauer. You liking anything in the NL Central matchup, Brian?
Yeah, I do actually like this game. Lauer the lefty, and St. Louis is rage against lefties this year. Their WRC plus is 147. They don't strike out very much. 19.0% strikeout rate against lefties, which is looking at fourth in baseball, the fourth best in baseball. Lauer's been one of those guys this year. He's had a big strikeout numbers this year. He's been very good. I don't know if he's going to get his strikeout total in this game against a St. Louis team that's really has nobody. You go down the entire lineup here. Nobody strikes out, has a high strikeout rate. Whereas the Brewers, they've got Yelich, they've got Tellez, they've got Peterson, they've got Kane, Omar Narvaez, all strikeout numbers. So I think St. Louis is live here. Touch this a little bit stronger when we get to our best bets. But Wainwright's one of those guys that nobody seems to give him credit, and he's always put out great numbers. So I'm going to take a look at St. Louis here, but I'll give you more information on that.
Sounds good, Brian. And Teddy, did you get a chance to break this one down? Sorry, I was lucked out for a minute, man. If not, have at it.
No, that's it. The internet's a funny thing. But no, I've not broken this one down yet. Let's talk it right now. First of all, I agree 100% with everything that Brian said. It's St. Louis or pass for me in this ballgame. I'm looking to fade Milwaukee. All right, Milwaukee, when you look at their strength of schedule this season, it stands out like a sore thumb. They feasted on the weak. And they haven't played a whole lot of games against the strong. And I know they just had a series win in San Diego. But again, the lineup didn't hit. They just caught the Padres when the Padres weren't hitting either. So I think Milwaukee, in general, is a team I want to bet against. I think they're overvalued in the markets. I don't think they're as good as their current record would indicate because they've been feasting on the weak. And we look at the Brewers. What's the strength of the Brewers? We just talked about the Yankees bullpen issues. Brian brought that up with Chapman going on the DL, and all of a sudden, who's closing for the Yankees? What happens in the setup closer role? And that's a concern for the Yankees. Well, what about for St. Louis? All right, for Milwaukee, I should say. The biggest strength of the Brewers is that bullpen. Hader, Devin Williams. Williams the setup, Hader is the closer. Well, Hader's on, I think it's family medical emergency leave. I think he's having a kid born or something. He's away from the team. And Williams has pitched 3 straight games over the last 3 days for the first time all year. So that's a back end of the bullpen problem for a team in a pick'em game with a total of 7.5. Big concern for Milwaukee. So St. Louis or pass for this better. They're chalk here for a reason.
Sure. Looking towards the Redbirds at home behind Wainwright. We got one game left, guys. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. Brian Leonard, Teddy covers. Check them out, WagerTalk.com. Teddy, coming to you first here for the last game before best bets. We got the Toronto Blue Jays, the LA Angels, Ryu versus Ohtani. We get the Korean-born pitcher versus the Japanese-born pitcher. Guys, if you're not up to date on your high school world history here, sometimes these two countries don't exactly like each other. Not sure if that factors in here, Teddy. 7.5 being the total, minus 160. That's the Angels. This is the nightcap. You liking anything Blue Jays and Halos tonight, Teddy?
Yeah, we're going to look at the under in this ballgame. And yes, I understand Toronto finally did something offensively yesterday. It scored 2 days ago, I should say. They yesterday off. Scored 8 runs in St. Louis. But prior to that, 3-2-3-2-1-3. Oh, a 6-run outburst, 0. I mean, we talk about underachieving lineups so far this season. Blue Jays pretty close to the top of my list, and 8-2 to the under in their last 10 ball games. We know how good Ohtani is. I don't think that Toronto is going to break out of their long-term hitting slump here. It's like the Angels are scoring runs in bunches. Current homestand, they have cashed 1 over in 5 games on the current homestand. Haven't scored more than 5 in any contest. Like this team hasn't scored more than 5. They did once this month, but it was a little while back. So LA is not hitting. They're certainly not turning the cover of the ball. And Ryu is a guy whose full season stats are going to lie. He got roughed up early, went on the DL, came back, has been real good. So I'm looking under in LA tonight between the Angels and the Blue Jays.
Brian, Teddy brings up the fact that Ryu's been good. He has 1 earned run the last 11 innings pitched. So those full season metrics, like he touched on, maybe not indicative of his current form. In Ohtani, man, this guy's been lights out, not only at the plate, 39 strikeouts, 5 walks, 5 earned runs in his last 5 starts. His ERA and FIP both under 2.8. I could see these pitchers dominating here. What are you liking tonight? Pitchers Park, West Coast at night. Maybe looking towards that under, Brian?
I don't want to disagree with Teddy, but I don't want anything to do with the Ryu. Ever since he left the Dodgers, he hasn't been the same pitcher. A lot of injuries. And he granted, maybe he's come from here, but keep in mind, they had the short spring training this year. His outings have been short so far. He's only had 62 batted ball events so far this season, so hasn't really been stretched out enough. His walk rate's been excellent, 3.9, but everything else is in the blue when you look at the StatCast numbers. He just hasn't been the same as he was back in LA. Eventually, maybe he'll get back to that area, but didn't like him when he came to Toronto to go to this division. I thought that was a bad signing of Toronto in that part. And although I got to say, the Blue Jays right now, there's not a worse team hitting with runners in scoring position right now. They're just trying to do too much. So if that continues, which it has been, they're not going to get many runs, especially against a pitcher like Ohtani here. But actually, on this, I don't have much of an opinion. I'm not a big believer in Ryu, and I don't know if he's going to continue what he's done his last couple starts. I haven't seen enough out of him to make me want to back him in this regard.
Fair enough, Brian. Guys, those are the 3 games we're breaking down. Now we got the best part of the show here, best bets. We got Teddy covers 41 and 14 in those 5% plays. He just hit one last night in MLB, 55% long-term with an ROI of 40% here. So he's grinding out profits on the diamond. He knows his NBA playoffs as well. Check him out, WagerTalk.com. He's got a free play with detailed written analysis up and available there. Teddy, I'll throw it over to you. Any final thoughts here for the show? And what do you got for best bets?
Yeah, best bet today, let's take a look at the Atlanta Braves. Minus 105 now I'm seeing for Atlanta. With, Aaron Nola's great advanced metrics. Nola's got a 64-10 strikeout to walk ratio. All right. He's blowing hitters away. The Phillies are 0-8 in his last 8 starts since he won on opening day. And Atlanta hit him repeatedly last year. So I understand Nola has some of these advanced metric stats that attract attention in the betting markets, but I'm not sold on Aaron Nola being in a near pick-up price against a Braves team. I know they won't have Acuna today, all right? But 8 runs, 13 hits, 7 walks last night, 3 straight games with double-digit hits. Atlanta's bats are clicking right now, and I have no problem backing right. So let's take a look at the Braves full game for today. That's the best bet winner. And of course, I've got 3 plays up and available over at WagerTalk and SportsMember.com, 2 in MLB and 1 in the NBA, where, as you mentioned, Drew, it's been real good in the association for a while now. You can get on board again right now over at WagerTalk and or SportsMemo.com with a value price 3-pack and get every selection I've got for Thursday.
Guys, for my best bet, I'm going to the NL Central game. Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals, Lauer versus Wainwright. I'm betting at action here on the over of 7.5. We get it at even money, plus 100. Milwaukee Brewers, St. Louis Cardinals, over 7 in the hook. Couple reasons why. Wainwright, look, his numbers are good this year. The only thing is the last 2 years against this Brewers lineup, 870 team OPS against. So they've kind of had his number. And even this year on April 21st, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 earned runs. So like Teddy talked about earlier in the show, they've kind of just for whatever reason kind of mopped up kind of the slower velocity pitchers, and Wainwright falls into that category. Lauer on the other side, he's starting for the Brewers here. Good pitcher. But the thing is, he only goes 5 or 6 innings. He has gone 7 innings twice. But the thing here tonight, the Brewers, their back end of the bullpen, both Devin Williams here, their 8th inning guy, he's pitched the last 3 innings, so he's 3 days, he's likely not available. And Josh Hader on the family medical emergency list. He may be back, probably not though. So the later innings, there might be some crooked numbers being put up, and we get the number 1 hitting lineup in the Cardinals against Lauer. They're the number 1 hitting lineup against lefties. So I think that bodes well for an over 7 in the hook. It is a client play. Looking to bounce back on the best bets for the show. Hasn't been good this week, but looking to get a winner here tonight. Brewers and Cardinals over the total. Brian, I'll throw it over to you. Finish us off for best bets, man. I know you got a free play, by the way, up on your page, wagertalk.com, in hockey. Feel free to finish it up with any final thoughts and a best bet, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the best bet in the same game. I'll use the Cardinals here. I talked about Lauer. He's got a 32.9 strikeout, but St. Louis doesn't strike out. You go down their entire list, nobody strikes out. They put the ball in play. They're very much like the Cleveland Guardians in that. When I take a look at Wainwright's, his exit velocity is 87 versus 89.8. And Wainwright, hard hit percentage, 28.1. Eric Lauer, 42.4. So Lauer, without striking people out, has not had a lot of success this year. I fully understand that Wainwright struggled in the past against the Brewers, and that could happen once again today. And if it does, you'll get your over here, because I think St. Louis will be able to hit Lauer pretty well here. Without the strikeouts, Lauer's not the same pitcher, and I think he's going to have struggling to be able to put away some of these St. Louis bats. I think the line's a little bit cheap on the home team, and I'll lay the 120 or so here, Lewis.
All right, looking towards the Cardinals in this NL Central matchup. Guys, that does it for best bets. In recap here, I'm on the over. Brewers, Cardinals, plus 100, 7 in the hook. Brian Leonard just heard it there. Cardinals, get it as low as minus 115, minus 120. Might as well shop around for the minus 115. And Teddy covers Braves, minus 105. So, guys, that does it for the show. Check out Brian, Teddy, and myself, wagertalk.com. A lot of free information up there. Best free live odds in the industry, wagertalk.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Friday's action here on First Pitch. Same time, same place. Come back and join us. Best of luck with your bets until then. Thanks for tuning in.
Stop. Don't buy that picks package or all access. Wait, what? Yep. Don't click add to cart until you check out our new deals page at both WagerTalk and Sports Memo, where you can find all the latest offers, promotions, and coupons available all in one place. These deals are updated daily and can be found by clicking deals in the nav at WagerTalk or Sports Memo, going to wt.buzz/deals, or scanning the QR code on your screen.